Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Impact Marketing Summit. I brought together some of the world's top marketing experts to share with you their new age marketing strategies and techniques that will literally change the way you perceive and implement marketing in your day-to-day business. My name is Vamsi Pannala, and right now I'm delighted to be speaking with Charles Portugal. Charles draws on his 25 years as a successful entrepreneur to help coaches create profit and freedom. The number one insight he gives coaches is to choose a niche so they can be a specialist, providing a solution that focuses on a specific person's needs. Charles, welcome to the summit.
Hi everyone, Charles Portugal here, and welcome to this training. So before we get started, I just want to say a big thank you to Vamsi for inviting me to be a speaker on the Impact Marketing Summit. Really appreciate the invitation. So with that said, let's dive into this training. So today I'm going to share with you my process called Hunter to Hunted, how to turn strangers into high-ticket coaching clients. So inside this training today, I'm going to share with you why most coaches struggle to make more than 30,000 a year. I'm also going to share the secret that coaches making 100,000 plus have been keeping pretty much to themselves. They don't share this stuff openly. And I'm going to reveal how you can use this process, this secret, to create clients again and again on demand so that you've got consistency and predictability in your coaching business. So before we start, who am I and why should you listen to me? So I'm Charles Portugal, as I said. I'm a husband. I recently became a father for the first time at the grand old age of 47. And I've got lots of interests. Hobby-wise, I ride my bike. I just got a new bike and I'm out cycling a hell of a lot in the Yorkshire countryside. Walk my dog, Lenny, a lot. I've done things like gliding, which was an amazing experience. And then yoga is a hobby, even though I've done 1,000 hours of yoga teacher training. I've only actually taught a 1-hour class. But my connection with coaching is that when I was about 22, maybe even 21, I did a personal development course. And at the time I was working in the city as a stockbroker. I'd done a degree in economics, worked in the city of London as a stockbroker wearing a pinstripe suit. And I wasn't very happy. And I went and did a personal development course, and it was very, very powerful for me because I had a huge insight, an epiphany, life-changing. And it was where I realized that life was not just about having fun, chasing pleasure, earning money, material stuff. It's about the impact that you make on other people. It's about making a difference. And I was always interested in psychology. From being a small kid, I was interested in the way the mind works. And this really gripped me. And I decided there and then in that moment that I wanted to be a coach and I wanted to be a trainer. And it was a lot of years went by before I actually first coached people. But in the meantime, I did a hell of a lot of study. I trained in NLP, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, coaching certifications. And then I also got into alternative therapies because I had some health issues. So that's where I started practicing yoga. I became a craniosacral therapist, a time masser, and various other more obscure types of therapies. So I had a whole patch of my life for years where I was very, very involved in personal development and alternative therapies. And I experienced firsthand what it's like to go out there and sell these kind of services, sell yourself, sell these helping services, try and get clients, leads and clients and earn enough money to survive and support a lifestyle. So I did struggle when I came to do therapies for a living. And I ended up going back into business again and just putting all the helping therapies and stuff on the back burner. And I've had various different businesses over the years. So I've kind of run these two parts of my life side by side, coaching, alternative therapies, helping people. And on the other hand, running businesses, really loads of different stuff. I had a clothing brand. I had a promotional merchandise company. I had a chain of kids' clothing shops. All of those three businesses I founded myself and I sold them for a considerable amount of money. I've had employees, I've had stock, I've had premises, retail premises. So a lot of experience that I bring today to you. But the most important, I realized that I didn't just want to be offline working in brick and mortar businesses. And I saw a real opportunity with the online world and how I could use my passion for helping people and making a difference by learning, mastering online marketing. Because, I mean, it's obvious really, you've got the whole world out there that you can impact through using the internet, the World Wide Web. And I wanted to leverage that power to, I just sort of saw it as very exciting that I could reach more people wherever in the world. And I could be wherever I wanted to be as well. So, I had a big passion for traveling. I've lived in for months at a time in various different countries around the world. So I spent a hell of a lot of money and a hell of a lot of time studying from the greats of online marketing. And there's a lot of fluff out there. You'll have found yourself, if you're already an established coach and you have tried to make digital online marketing work for your business, you'll have found that there's a lot of conflicting stuff, there's a lot of confusing stuff, and generally there's just a lot of information out there. And it's how do you take all of this stuff and put it together in some sort of system and process that you can use in your business that's understandable, manageable, and systematized. So, I mean, I worked out that one of my great skills is systemizing things, because running a retail business, having a number of shops and having a lot of stock coming into the business and out of the business every day, having lots of staff, having to run around, I needed systems to be able to manage that business. And I ended up at the age of 40 with a retail business traveling around the world because I put systems in place that allowed me to go and spend 3-4 months living in a tent in the south of France doing yoga every day whilst my business ran itself and brought me income. So I've developed systems and processes here that I can share with you today that can help you not only get clients, but get clients reliably and consistently. And it all starts with foundations. Unless you've got the right foundations in place to build the systems upon, the whole thing falls over. So with that said, I want to share with you the two main ways that you can go out and get clients. You'll have heard of both of these, but maybe not in the terminology which I'm using here. So the first way is organic marketing. Organic marketing means you don't have to pay for it, and it involves legwork, involves time invested, and that's through putting out content, making videos, putting posts on Facebook and Instagram, and not spending money on ads, and then getting people onto coaching strategy sessions, discovery calls, and selling them into your coaching programs. The second way is through paid advertising. So the first way, by the way, I call the hunter process, because you've got to go out and you've got to search for your food. The food is not, the gazelle is not coming to the cave to say, here, cut me down and put me on the fire, I'm ready. Okay? They're just not going to say that. They feel danger. They don't trust you. So you've got to have a system in place to be able to go out and hunt. You've got to know what spear to use. You've got to know where to look. Am I going in the water? Am I going up a mountain? Am I going to be in the jungle today? What clothes should I wear? How long am I going to be out for? Do I need help? All these kind of things. So to be able to hunt effectively, you need to have a system in place. And then there's the hunted method. And this is where the gazelle comes to you and it says, I'm ready. I'm part of the food chain. And, it's time to go. Now, it seems crazy to say that, but it's probably not a great analogy, because the people that are coming to you are coming for something that's going to be really beneficial to them, your potential clients. And we do that with paid ads. But we can't move to paid ads until we've graduated from the hunter process. So you have to learn to be a hunter before you can become hunted. Now that's going to become clear as I go through the rest of this process, but just know this, that everything that we're doing is based on building blocks, one step at a time. You cannot become hunted, you're not going to run paid ads until you are a master at hunting. And you're a master at hunting when you've got a validated offer. Now that won't make much sense to you right now, but it will do shortly. So the goal of being a hunter using the organic marketing methods that I'm going to show you is that you, at the end of it, you're going to have a validated offer. That means the market has said yes to what you've got. So there's a reason most coaches struggle to make more than 30,000 a year. And, well, there's three reasons actually. So most coaches, number one, don't identify their one person. Number two, they don't identify the one problem they help that one person to solve. And number three, they don't create one promise. Right, so what does this mean? I'll just quickly go over what these things are. One person, this is your niche. Who is it that I'm serving? Specific, very specific. I call this the law of one. Specificity spits out cash. Remember that. One of my mentors, a very, very smart person, told me that once. When you're doing your marketing, specificity spits out cash. If you're not specific, you ain't going to get any money, or not very much. You'll be one of those people struggling to make 30k a year. So one person is your niche. One problem. What one problem are you helping them solve? You're not fixing their whole life. You may do eventually, but to start with, when you're a hunter, what problem are you helping people solve? You need to be specific. And the one promise. What is this promise that you're making them, and how are you making it? And I'll elaborate on that shortly. Because when you dial in your one person, when you dial in your one problem, and when you dial in your one promise, and you make offers that are easy to say yes to, hard to say no to, because they're so damn good, to qualified prospects. These are not just any old person, these are people who are an ideal fit for you. Easy to work with, very coachable, nice company, nice to work with, a pleasure, and get results. Likely to get results, qualified prospects. They're the kind of people you want to work with. You know you can help them. Then you hit the bullseye a lot more often. So those strategy sessions, those discovery calls, instead of speaking to 50 people, 25, 50 people to get one or two or three clients, every 3 people you speak to, you get 1 client. And instead of selling coaching for £50, $50, $100, $200 an hour, you sell packages. You sell 6 months of coaching for $6,000 or a year's worth of coaching for 30 grand. Now I know for some of you those numbers might seem crazy, but I've paid 30,000 a year for coaching. So I know that people pay it, and a bunch of other people. I know hundreds of people that pay that for coaching. So it is possible. You just need to know what you're doing. You need to know how to be a hunter, and you have to have processes. But here's the key, folks. You must nail your one person before doing anything else. And that's why today I want to give you something really practical to take away. I'm going to give you something that you can use that's going to create the foundation for this process, for the hunter process. And the hunter process creates the foundation for the hunted process, where your ideal clients are going to come looking for you to sign up and work with you. So the one person is your niche. You've heard that mentioned before, but I don't think niche is a very accessible word. Your one person is your niche. So what is a niche? A niche is a specific part of the market. It's not the whole market, and it's not a random part of the market. It's a very specific part of the market that we've chosen for a specific reason. Because a specialist provides a service that focuses on a specific person's needs. The opposite of a niche is a generalist, and that is someone who tries to be everything to everyone. And when you try and be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to anyone. Makes this business, getting clients, the business of getting clients, very, very difficult. No niche equals I work with anyone who will pay me. And we do not want to be that person. It changes everything when you understand that. Then you've got macro niches and micro niches, broad and narrow. So macro niches, some examples are women, men, under 20s, millennials, over 50s, Americans. I work with British-born Chinese women as a niche that one of my clients works in. Micro niching. Well, British-born Chinese women is more of a micro niche, but then there's degrees. It's on a continuum, on a scale from macro to micro, and I'll show you an example of that in a minute. But a micro niche would be male lawyer suffering with secret drug and alcohol addiction. Now, if you think about it, if you were a male lawyer and you were suffering with secret drug and alcohol addiction that was threatening your marriage, your family life, and your business, and you knew you had to change it, but you didn't feel you had the strength inside to do it on your own, the know-how, the systems, the processes to get through it, the shoulder to lean on, who would you hire? I'm a coach who'll work with anyone. Or the coach whose content and offers only ever speaks about working with male lawyers suffering with secret drug and alcohol addiction. Russell Brunson, you might have heard of him, a very famous internet marketer. He owns a software called ClickFunnels, and he wrote this book called Expert Secrets. Great book. And I'll just read this out to you because it's a really good summary of why niches are important and how they were created. So he says, most markets are red oceans, and a red ocean is full of blood because of all the sharks feeding on the same small pool of fish, which is why it's difficult to have success there. Now, if you think about how niches changed over time, you'll see that they developed as a reaction to these red oceans. The first coach was working in a blue ocean with no one else coming after their clients. But other coaches quickly saw the success they have, so they jumped into the same waters. And over time, the waters grew red with sharks feeding on the same customers. And that's why it became necessary for people to create their own blue oceans. Now, I suggest you look at your market and try to create a new niche, a new opportunity, a fresh blue ocean for yourself. Why must you choose a very specific niche? Okay, well, you want to be a specialist instead of a generalist, which I said earlier on, which makes you the prize instead of the commodity. Because if you think about it, let's just take an example. Let's say one of your family members had some rare disease. Would you spend all your time banging on the door of the general practitioner's doctor, just in the local village or town, for help? Or would you be out researching and looking for the specialist, the number one specialist in the world who can help solve this deadly disease, who can help fix them? People who are in a lot of pain, they want a specialist to help them. They want the reassurance that they're going to be working with the right person. If you've got a horrible brain problem, you go to a brain surgeon. You don't go to a general practice doctor. And you pay top money. That's why brain surgeons earn the most money, because they're specialists. They know their craft. They can help get results that change people's lives, that solve problems, that make people's lives better. As a coach, you are a problem solver. You're a dream creator. And for this service, you can get paid a lot of money, but only if you're specific, only if you specialize. And when you do that, you become the prize. You're not just out there in a sea of me too, same commodity, where you can't dictate the price. Specialists don't have to hunt for clients. That's when you become hunted. They don't have to chase clients or justify their prices. Specialists are hunted down. And the prospects out there know that you understand them when you communicate their problems and desires in your content, your messaging, and your offers. And you can do that when you're a specialist. You think about it every day when you wake up and you've got to put some content out there on Facebook or Instagram. And it's just random. You've got no direction with it. But if you're a specialist and you're solving a specific problem for a specific person and you've got a specific promise, then all of your content has direction and focus, and your people are going to know you get them. And your processes, your coaching processes, will be specifically designed for that one person. What does that do? It gives you efficiency, and it helps you get better results as you become practiced at helping solve that one problem. The brain surgeon who's constantly doing the same operation becomes so technically skilled that he can almost do it in his sleep. But if he's doing all sorts of different operations every day, never really practicing the intricacies of brain surgery, he's never going to become as good as if he focused. And then once you've got this drilled down, nailed on, then you can run paid advertising. because you've got your one person, your one problem, your one promise, and you've got a validated offer where the market has said yes to your offer. All the wording is spot on. It's hitting the right points, the right problems, the right pain points. Your people know you get them. So you can put offers out there on Facebook with ads and funnels, and it's just going to get people saying yes, 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 faster. And when you do that, when you're so specific, your advertising gets cheaper. So how niche does niche have to be? So we've got markets and we've got sub-markets. And here in this diagram, you can see at the top, we've got our macro niche, and at the bottom, we've got our, as we drill down further through this funnel, we develop our micro niche. So you could work with anyone. You could work with men. So that gets narrower. You could work with men aged 40 to 50. That could be your niche. But if you want to bring it down even narrower, you can work with male lawyers aged 40 to 50. You could work with male lawyers aged 40 to 50 who are suffering with hair loss and all the problems and challenges mentally and emotionally that brings. Or you could actually be really, really specific and say, I work with male lawyers aged 40 to 50 who suffer with hair loss and as a result have anxiety and depression. So why do most coaches resist choosing a niche? This is really, really important that you get this. Two reasons coaches resist choosing a niche. And you'll be able to relate to both of these. I know because I've spoken to hundreds of coaches about it, and I've been that person. So the number one reason, FOMO, fear of missing out. If I choose to work with male lawyers, aged 40 to 50, what about all those other people, the accountants, the doctors, the golfers, the men, the women, all those opportunities I'm missing out on. I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook. If all the content I'm putting out is just to male lawyers, what about all those other people? I'm only speaking to 50 people that I'm friends with, 20, 10. So there's a fear of missing out, that lost money, that lost business, those lost clients that I can't help. What about all those people? They need my help too. And number two is that the niche is a prison sentence. We feel that we'll get labelled by it. We're put in a box that would be defined by the niche forevermore. Suffocating. Don't worry. You don't have to worry. 3 reasons you don't have to worry. The first one, A, you can't help everyone. There's only one of you. There's only so much time. It depends what your income goals are. If you want to earn a lot of money, you can't help everyone. But in terms of time spent really helping people, coaching them one-to-one, making a real difference to people one-to-one, you can't help everyone. So pick a niche and help those people really, really well, become a specialist. B, you'll earn more money by being specific. You'll earn more money by being specific. For all the reasons we said, because the brain surgeon earns more money. The specialist tax advisor earns more money than the bookkeeper or the accountant. And C, it's not a prison sentence. Your life, your rules, you can change at any time. And the beauty of what I'm teaching you here is that when you've got systems and processes, when you've got principles, I'm giving you the principles and a system. I'm giving you the principles and a process. You can take that same system, those processes and principles, and you can apply them again and again. Just switch lanes. I'm not saying you want to switch lanes, but if you want to, you can. You've got the tools, you've got the wherewithal, the know-how to switch lanes, change niches whenever you want. So if it's not working for you, change it. So the fun work, this is where it gets practical. What can you do today to start building this foundation for the hunter process? We'll get to what the hunter process is in a minute. I'll give you the steps. So first of all, write this down, write these questions down, screenshot it, grab your phone, take a picture, or just watch this training again, this workshop. But get these questions down because I want you to spend time with each of these questions. Don't gloss over them. This is really important. This is vital. You don't move on until you've done this. So number one, you need to think about this. Who did you enjoy working with the most? Now, this is assuming you're already a coach and you've had some clients. Look at who you enjoyed working with the most. Who do you enjoy being with the most? So there'd be certain clients that were an absolute pain in the backside to work with. You might have got results for them, but do you really want to work with people like that? So get really clear about how you enjoy working with the most. Number 2, who have you got the best results for? Now, this is a really, really important one. It's the second most important way to choose your niche, or the second most advisable way to choose your niche. Who have you got the best results for? So think about all the people you've helped in the past. Think about the people who have done the best. And those people, what was it you coached them on? What niche do they sit in? What results did you get for them? What problem did you solve? What were the outcomes? And look in there and see if you can find the niche. Number 3, who are you naturally drawn to? So we all have chemistry. Certain people, we just don't gel. And there's certain people you just find over and over again you feel really drawn to, whether that's just men or women, old or young. Have a think about who you're naturally drawn to. What are their qualities? What kind of people are they? What is it that they do? And number 4, who would you like to spend every day talking to? Who would you like to spend every day talking to? You're going to be speaking to these people all day, every day. I mean, goes into who you're naturally drawn to. It's the same kind of thing. Who do you like to spend every day talking to? Number 5, who do you have the most knowledge about? So this comes down to experience, and experience is really, really important here because we're problem solvers now. We're not generalists, we're problem solvers. So if you're going to be helping people solve problems, you're not going to give them the answers, but you need to know where they are, and you need to have some understanding of the journey and some empathy, compassion, based on experience. So experience is so, so important when choosing your niche. And number 6, this is where experience is most powerful. What problems and challenges have you overcome in your own life? And this is where I want you to look first. Now, they can be really serious, deep, powerful, emotive problems that were very painful. Or they can be more shallow, less deep, less painful. So it could be that you struggled to get a job for 3 years, and then you came up with a solution, a system, a process for writing CVs, interview processes, how to reach out, all of this stuff. And you could help other people who have been out of work for a while. Probably not a great niche because they're unlikely to have money. That's another thing you want to think about. Who can afford your services? So you need to be clear about, do I want to be earning 100k a year, 500, a million, or am I happy with 50 a year? Because that's going to have some impact in your decision, in your choices about who you work with. You need to work with people who can afford your services. Okay, so what problems have you ever overcome in your own life? That's your number 1 place to look for your niche. And number 2 is, who do you have the most knowledge about? i.e., who have you got the best results for? So that's where you want to be looking, really. 2, 5, and 6. These are your main questions that you want to be meditating on. Sit down, think about it, spend some time with them. Who have you got the best results for? It's all about experience. Who do you have the most knowledge about, and what problems have you overcome in your own life? So the hunter process, step 1, you've chosen your one person. Step 2, what you're going to do then is you're going to clarify the one problem that you're helping them solve, based on experience, based on ability to help, knowledge. And then you can create your one promise. And this is your offer. You need to create an offer, whether that's a webinar, whether that's a sales letter, whether that's an email, an offer on a Facebook post, or all of them. You can use the offer across multiple platforms with tweaks. And your plan. So your one promise is a combination of your offer and your plan. How are you going to help them get from A to B? That's your promise. So they're here suffering with your one person is over here suffering with their problem. And they want to be over here. This is the vision, future vision. Problem and pain and challenge free. And your offer and your plan is what's going to take them from there to there safely and predictably, without risk. And then you're going to validate your offer. And you're going to do that by going out and getting clients using organic marketing. So now you know who you're talking to. You can go out there and you can create posts on social media. use your email lists, use your Facebook groups, whatever assets you've got. There's a whole world of people out there in the World Wide Web that are your one person, who've got the one problem that you're helping solve. And you can use this process to dial it in. So it's not going to be really super clear at first. You might not get results with it straight away. But by using this process, choosing your one person, choosing the one problem, and then the one promise, by putting together an offer and a plan for those people, and then using organic marketing methods, posting content in other people's Facebook groups. Now do it you need to do that with integrity, within the rules of the Facebook groups that you're posting in, by actually helping people, offering insights and support and guidance without trying to steal people. But people will start to come to you. That's what happens. That's what the hunter plan is. That's how you hunt. You use understanding of a person's problems and providing insight into solutions. And you can do that on social media, either in your own accounts and profiles, in other people's groups, where you're actually helping and delivering value. It's all about value. So you need to be relevant. You need to demonstrate your authority. You need to deliver value that gets engagement. RAVE, relevance, authority, value, and engagement. I call that the RAVE system. So that's it. Then you go out and you get results for those people that you're coaching. So you run you could call it a beta program, coaching program, or you can call it a pilot or a guinea pig program, whatever you want to call it. And you run that program with one person, 2 people, 10 people, and make sure that you coach your ass off and get results. And then you collect those testimonials. Once you collect those testimonials from people who have gone from where they are suffering to where they want to be, and it was you that coached them there with your systems and processes, which you continuously improve, fine-tune, then you get testimonials from those people. And that, my friend, is what you call a validated offer. So that only leaves me to say thank you very much for your time, your attention, your focus today. That's my process, Hunter to Hunted, how to turn strangers into high-ticket coaching clients. And if you want to find out more, you'd like to connect with me, then come and join our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/secrets for coaches. And or you can just search Marketing Secrets for Coaches with Charles Portugal. But if you put in Marketing Secrets for Coaches in the search bar, and then search groups, you'll find us there. Just apply to join the group, and it'd be absolutely awesome to connect with you. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.
I truly appreciate your time for coming on my summit and sharing these golden nuggets, especially people who want to be successful coaches, and really happy about being a part of this whole thing.